Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us live on SpurRadio.com as we broadcast live of the purveyor of all things cowboy, Young's Western Wear, DiscountWesternWear.com. Well, today we got a guest on the phone, and it's Erica Fitzgerald. She is the founder of the Teens in Oregon Mustangs, and we came across her and wanted to do an interview with her because she's got an awesome event coming up on August 27th. Erica, thanks for joining us here on SpurRadio.com.
Thanks for having me, Ken.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Teens in Oregon Mustangs. It was founded back in 2009, I believe. Tell us a little bit about it and why you wanted to get this thing going.
Well, I was in a competition called the Extreme Mustang Makeover, which is a competition where they pair 40 trainers in our area with wild horses for about 90 days, and we come back and compete with them. And it was the first time that I've ever really noticed the hardships that the government and the wild horses face based on the problem, and I guess I didn't know the problem. And the problem is that there's 38,000 wild free roaming horses on public rangelands, and the government feels that it only should be able to support about 26,000. And in addition, there's another 34,000 horses that are already captured and waiting at holding facilities across the West for adoptive homes. The BLM has the right to euthanize these horses, but has refrained, leaving all the holding facilities heavily overpopulated. It costs our federal government about $75 million each year to administer the wild horse program, and I left that competition feeling compelled to do something. And I work with the youth on a daily basis. I'm a trainer of a lot of teens and kids, and I wanted to come up with a way that I could combine the problem, which is finding horses homes, and giving these kids the same experience I was able to be given from the wild horse. So I started Teens in Oregon Mustangs with the hope of finding these horses homes. In 2 years, we're responsible for the successful adoption of over 63 wild horses from the Oregon corrals, and hope to grow the program. We pick only plainly marked horses. We never pick anything of color, no buckskins, paints, no palominos. You'll usually only see sorrel or bay horses, and they're considered hard to adopt. The first year we had 15 wild horses in our competition. The second year was 21, and this year's 20. So we'll be competing with them at the Yamhill County Fairgrounds in Oregon. People can bid for our horses over the phone. They can call in to our live public auction. The minimum bid starts at $25. The teams get all the proceeds beyond the $25 minimum bid, so they're able to make a little bit of summer money. The kids have picked up their wild horses on the end of May 27th, I believe. They've had them all summer, and it's kind of their summer project. I wanted to give them incentive to stay off the internet and the TV and stay active in the barn and stay passionate for the things that they love, and this has given them a great opportunity.
Right. Well, there's probably a lot of people out there that don't realize about these wild horses that are roaming. Are they mainly out in the western part of the states? I know when I moved up to Valentine, Nebraska, my in-laws have a ranch up in South Dakota, and back in the day they used to have they used to have some wild horses running there, but have they mostly migrated or mostly out in the western part of the states now?
They are. Teens in Oregon Mustangs obviously only focuses on the adoption of Oregon horses. However, the corrals in Nevada are heavily overpopulated as well. And so the only corrals that I'm familiar with are those two corrals.
Sure.
Well,
I think
there's a lot of nice horses in there. I was really unfair to judge the Mustangs. We showed quarter horses for years, and I was very biased. The only Mustangs that I had ever really had contact with or had given me any opinion at all were, the older Mustangs. They've really cleaned up the herds. The older style Mustangs were not as attractive to me, and I am impressed with the look of the Mustangs in the corrals. They're very a lot of gorgeous horses.
Right.
So they ought to be given an opportunity. The kids can do the competition is 3 different events. It's a showmanship class, an in-hand trail class, and a body conditioning class, all which are judged. The body conditioning is judged by 2 veterinarians that score them with a body scoring sheet, and then the showmanship is judged much like 4-H. In-hand trail is a set of 10 obstacles, the 10th being a freestyle event that the kids can show off whatever they think they'd like to show the judge that maybe wasn't in one of the obstacles. And then we have a award ceremony. The trophy saddle goes to first place, buckles through 5th. All the kids get a $200 stipend that we give them in the beginning to help offset the expenses. But as you know, with horses, it's expensive, and these kids need all the help they can get. We're looking for sponsors and donations, any way to keep this event growing and help these kids get the money they deserve for all their blood, sweat, and tears that they pour into this all summer.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. For people that are interested, and it's a great cause and it's a great organization that you guys got going there, how do they get in touch with you as far as if they want to be a sponsor or help out with the event coming up that you have on August 27th?
Well, they can contact us through our website, which is www.teensandOregonMustangs.org. And or you can email me at Erica Fitzgerald. It's ERICA Fitzgerald 77 at yahoo.com. If anybody is interested in being a part of our program, we can ship horses, wherever anybody would like us to. All they have to have in order to bid on a horse is a BLM approved adoption application that they can receive at the Oregon Corrals. By going on to the Bureau of Land Management website, and they can actually go in and fill out an application online and submit it. And then all they need is an approval from that, and they can be an adopter at our event. All
right. Well, cool. Again, and then your event, of course, is coming up. It's the 2011 Teens and Oregon Mustangs competition, August 27th. It's going to be at the Yamhill County Fairgrounds, correct? And
that's in McMinnville, Oregon.
Okay.
And it starts at 9 a.m. Sharp with showmanship and body conditioning. And then our auction is usually around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right after our award ceremony. And we'll have, it's a little mini expo this year. We've got a lot of booths. If somebody's interested in having a booth at our competition, they can do that in lieu of just being a sponsor of some sort. It'll be a mini expo where you can browse around booths, eat food, and watch the competition.
Okay. And a lot of these are all going to be yearlings, correct?
They are.
Okay.
Yep, they're all yearling horses. Most vary in age because there's no real. Most of them at the time of capture on their paperwork, it'll say a guess range. It'll say, for instance, between 6 and 12 months, or it was at time of capture, age was 3 to 6 months. And so we just sort of guess on the ages, but the majority are roughly a year old. Some are coming too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've had a lot of really great success stories with the horses that we've adopted from this event. In fact, some of them will be at our competition being ridden through by their owners.
Oh, wow.
In a little performance. So they've really turned out great.
Well, cool. Well, I think it's a neat deal that you guys got going. You founded it again in 2009, so this is actually going to be your 3rd event, correct?
It is, yes.
Well, I think it's just a pretty neat deal, and I like how you get the kids involved, kind of like the 4-H deal where they raise up their, the cattle, the pigs, the sheep, whatever. But you guys are doing it with wild Mustangs and put them in for adoption. And again, you said you've adopted over 63 of them that have been adopted, so that's huge.
And people ask, a common question is, well, what made you think to pair the kids with wild horses, and how is that safe? And my answer to that is that, obviously when you're doing 4-H with a hog or a lamb, or the kids are able to have their summer project and reap the benefits of the sale. And these kids that are passionate with horses really haven't had an outlet to be able to do something like that where they're not locked into keeping the animal.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously they can't market their animal. And this is just much like the 4-H fair with their sheep and hogs.
Right.
Only these kids are able to gentle a wild animal and give back to these horses and give them the opportunity that they would have never had. And the answer to why it's safer is because any horse generally that's a year old or younger is generally fairly easy to gentle. The kids spend, countless hours sometimes reading a book in their stall for the first few days, just getting the horse used to them. But as soon as they're able to get their hands on these horses, they're generally very easy to gentle. Mm-hmm. And we haven't had any bad stories. So.
Well, like I said before, I think it's awesome what you're doing there. It's a great organization. Again, that's the Teens and Oregon Mustangs. Their website at teensandoregonmustangs.org. Their big event's coming up in McMinnville, Oregon on August 27th. It's going to start at 9 a.m. Central Time. So if you want more information on that, make sure you go to their website. I just posted a press release for you guys there on spurradio.com. And I thank you so much, Erica, for calling us. And make sure.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you betcha. And let's make sure that after sometime in the first part of September, you call me back, and we'll do a follow-up on your event. And if there's anything else I can do to help promote or push, you just let us know here at spurradio.com.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ken.
All right. Thanks, Erica.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Well, everybody, that was Erica Fitzgerald here, and she is with the Teens and Oregon Mustangs. Their event's coming up again on August 27th. It's going to be in McMinnville, Oregon, and it's going to start at 9 a.m. And these teens, they train these wild horses, and it's teenagers, I think from the ages of 12 to 18. So make sure you go to their website and check it out. It's teensandoregonmustangs.org. Great event, great cause. Thanks for Erica for joining us here on America's favorite online country radio station. This live interview is brought to you by DiscountWesternwear.com for all your Western needs, whether it be boots, jeans, shirts, saddles, tags. Make sure you go to DiscountWesternwear.com.